but Juju is coming. Pause. No Diddy. Juju's on the way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Got my man Melly right here. We're going to talk about what's going on in sports right now.
Let's get it.
Okay, so right now, tournament is on. It's March Madness. We got Caitlin, Cook niggas.
Clock.
And then we got Angels already played. LSU won today. Juju's coming on later this afternoon. What you thinking?
I'm thinking, man, Angel ready. They try to see them again. Iowa, that's what I want to see, because the winner of this game, the winner of the Colorado-Iowa game, they play each other.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I want Angel to do that.
Man.
I need to see it one more time, because they hyping Shorty up, but Caitlin Clark, she like that.
For sure.
She definitely like that. If she was on LSU, they be undefeated.
Yeah, for sure.
If she was on USC, undefeated.
She got the one thing
you hear me?
That makes, like, I think she has, like, the one thing that everybody wishes they had regarding basketball, but that very few do, which is a consistent shot. That's something that, like, most players just don't have. They think they do, or they have it for a little bit, and then they have to, like, refine it. So Klay Thompson is a great... This should be a 30 for 30 on his fucking fall off from the league. Like, seriously, like, we need a 30 for 30 on his fall off. You think about one of the greatest shooters of all time at one point to, like, arguably mediocre league-wide.
I think it's mental.
I for sure think that it's mental. But also, is it, though? Can being away for 2 seasons directly affect your mechanics? I think so. And does, like, now the misdirection of your mechanics impact, like, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the game? I think he's proven that, too. And, I mean, Caitlin, that's what she got. I love Angel. I definitely want to see LSU get it. I'm rooting for everybody black. But at the end of the day, I genuinely, like, love Caitlin Clark, too. This is her last year.
I love Caitlin
Angel probably going to play another year. This is Caitlin's last year. If they don't win
she at Iowa, bro.
Yeah.
Who plays for Iowa?
Caitlin Clark.
I don't know nobody at Iowa.
Let me ask you a question. How many players do you know in the Houston Rockets? Exactly. That's the point I'm making.
Jalen.
You know
Jalen.
That's all you know. Most people only know one player from any given team. So saying you only know Caitlin Clark from the team makes it no different than the way most people are about every sports team. Most people who like sports, who are into sports, still only know like 1 or 2 people from that team.
Shorty's definitely a goat.
Exactly.
She's a
so
goat
you only knowing her is
She's
really
a goat.
not that
Caitlin Clark is a goat.
She's tough. I still want to see.
I like her, but Juju is coming. Pause. No Diddy. Juju's on the way. I'm telling you right now.
We should probably cut that out. Alright, anyway. I love Juju too. I'm rooting for everybody black for sure. But because it is Caitlin's last year, like Juju's a freshman, Angel's definitely gonna play another year, right? She really is about the bag, and the NBA doesn't, like the WNBA doesn't pay like that. So this is gonna be our last year seeing Caitlin Clark play on
go out
the
as a
stage.
champ.
So I would like to see her go out as a champ.
Or go out on your shield.
Or go out on your shield. I know that the game is gonna be fantastic, but would I like to see Caitlin Clark like finish this tournament? I wouldn't be mad.
That'd be sweet.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
The cherry on top.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Cinderella story.
I feel like that's the thing about women's basketball. It's just like you root for the best players, and I think that there is less bias in like who you like or who you're willing to gravitate towards than like basketball. Like no one's ever gonna pick Peyton Pritchard over like Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, you don't even know who the fuck that is. Exactly. Peyton Pritchard plays for the Celtics. He's coming off the bench. That's my point. Nobody knows more than 2 or 3 players per team unless they like a real fan.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, like that's who. Like it's the same thing.
No, for real.
I thought you said you didn't care about women's basketball. You just
I do, but I like women's basketball now because it's the name. I don't know nobody in college basketball.
Cause you gonna meet.
Nah, I don't look at meat. That's false. No Diddy. I said no Diddy. I'm looking at the women. I'm liking Juju, even though she's too young, but she's a cutie and she can ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Weird, but okay.
Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? She like that.
She old enough for you?
What's the other girl? Flo J, what's her name?
Flo J, she plays on LSU.
Yeah, on LSU.
You like
she
her
like
too?
that. Yeah, she with Rock
Okay,
Nation.
so you with some United Colors of Benetton.
Yeah, I'm always with the ladies, especially the ladies in
all of them are under 21.
Yeah, I know. I said I like them as basketball players. I'm not saying I'm not trying to get with them.
Okay.
Come on now, you been a
Never
creep.
said cutie though.
I'm too. Yeah, you can say somebody cute. You never said somebody was handsome.
I usually wait until they're over 25 before I have an opinion.
Before you could be like, oh, he's handsome.
Nah, I don't look at college basketball players.
So first glance in your head when you look at somebody, what you say?
He's tall. Exactly. I'm not weird. You are. So, like, don't try to put that weird shit on me.
I
I'm
just
like, oh, they tall. I judge everything by height because I'm short.
But saying cutie means a young. You don't say that to an older woman. You don't say, oh, you a cutie.
You never call one of your old junks
not a cutie.
Never.
No.
I've heard you call them.
No, I say gorgeous. I'm like, oh, you gorgeous. Hey, beautiful.
Nah, that's when
you a young or you a cutie.
Though. That's when you like risen her. I'm talking about like just general conversation. You've never called a woman your age cutie before?
No. I don't even. Never mind. Story for another day.
Point being, I want to see Caitlin Clark get it. So.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We'll see how it turns out.
That'd be a nice storybook ending.
Okay. And
she could definitely close it out and be like the greatest college
maybe
women's basketball player of all time.
Speaking of ending, what is going on with the Lakers this season? Because it feels like...
I mean, we won 3 straight. We lost last night, but we won 3 straight, though. Don't get us wrong. We beat the Bucks. We beat the Grizzlies.
Where are you in the Western Conference?
Playing. But we about to get there. Do you see
are
the play-in?
Are you in the play-in? Or
do you see the play-in?
No.
Do you see the teams in the play-in? Look at that. Championship teams. Look at it.
No, former championship teams. Okay. So, we're talking about this season. Like, don't like... You
really think Oklahoma City going to win the championship this year?
You don't know that.
I do know that. When the last time Oklahoma City... What they won?
Shai Gilgeous is like that.
Spin move!
And he is carrying that team on his back. So I think anybody in the Western Conference could get it done. Because the whole thing about the Western Conference was this. Once you got Bron and Curry and Clay and Dre and them niggas out of the way, anything became possible. They were really the roadblocks in the West. Now that you got those guys out of the way and you got Kevin Durant, but, for obvious reason to me, he's not really in the conversation as far as, like,
the playoffs is different.
The GOATs. The playoffs is definitely different. And Kevin Durant will be Kevin Durant in the playoffs. But I think when you're talking about, like, the players that, like, if they're there, it's a problem for everybody, I don't feel that way about Kevin Durant. And I don't think a lot of the NBA does. Is he elite? Ain't no question. Is he going to the Hall of Fame? First ballot. But when you're talking about the players that you fear going against in the first round of a playoff, Kevin Durant is not in the conversation. He's somebody you would prefer to go against maybe than someone else. Because he's soft and he's never gotten it done.
Nah, but look at his teammates.
LeBron was carrying JV teams to championships. And he did it for 13 years straight. I ain't seen a nigga repeat yet.
Nah, I can't say that.
Can't say what? He wasn't carrying teams. Yeah, we know that Kyrie was on those teams, and we know he had...
Kyrie won him the chip.
We know that, first of all, Kyrie did not win him the chip. He was a contributing factor to the chip, no question.
So if he didn't have Kyrie, would he have won?
Listen, one game is not winning no championship. They had to win 4 of those straight. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
So who was the point guard if Kyrie wasn't in?
I'm not saying that Kyrie as a point guard isn't elite and wasn't a factor in the championship, but you saying he won it for them as though they could have done it without LeBron there is crazy. Won it for them means that whether or not LeBron was there, he was going to get it done. And you know that that's not true.
That was LeBron's second stint, right?
That was his 13th, depending on what we're talking about.
I'm talking about that was when he went back to Cleveland and he won it.
Yeah.
Then what did he do with it first?
Well, who was on the first team? Who was his point guard the first time? Fucking Mo
Williams. Mo Williams.
Yeah, okay, let me ask you a question, right? You put Mo Williams in the same situation with the Warriors up 3-1. What does Mo Williams do for you?
Hit clutch stats only.
Does he win?
He's not going to lead the team.
Would you be saying Mo Williams win that championship if he hit a big shot? No, right?
No.
Okay, then that's my point.
But Mo Williams ain't Kyrie.
Mo Williams is not Kyrie. But Kyrie wouldn't have won that championship without LeBron, just like LeBron would not have won it without Kyrie.
LeBron is the reason they was there.
My point is that they're equal parties in that championship.
LeBron is the reason they was there.
Obviously.
Kyrie contributed to the win.
Ain't no question, but that's not what you said. I just want to clarify.
I just want to I'm trying to
Yeah, you trying to say
my man short.
Okay, well, you're short, so.
Hey, we all can't have it all.
What was the other stuff you got as, in exchange?
What? Personality.
Oh.
Smile.
That's adorable.
Cutie.
You
know what I'm saying? They love me out here.
So y'all going to the play-in. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Are you beating...
Golden State? Yes, for sure.
Okay.
If they get there.
Okay.
Oh, he beat who else? Who else at the bottom?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like all of these other teams are like not.
They
threat.
can't
'Cause
fuck. We just lost to the
Rockets.
Pacers.
You got Utah. You got the Grizzlies. You got the Portland, and then you got the Spurs. Right. So none of those guys even factor. So can the Lakers beat the Warriors? I absolutely believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Look at
Can they beat
what is it?
anybody
10,
else?
9, 8? What is like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it. 10 through like 7.
Yeah. So the Warriors is 10th, Lakers is 9th, Kings is 8th, and the Suns are 7th.
We can beat everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually really agree with that.
And we already beat the
I
Grizzlies.
think that you could beat everybody as long as everybody is in sync.
And we beat these
But
teams
if
without Bron.
I agree with that. But here's the thing: if any one of your major guys has an off night, that game is over for everybody. Because the thing about the Lakers is like, what works for them is symmetry and chemistry. When things are working for one, it tends to like click for everybody else. There's like a natural flow on the Lakers, and maybe that's kind of like what LeBron built there. But if anybody has an off night, everybody has an off night. LeBron is the only person that you can expect LeBron to be LeBron every single night that he plays. But if Austin has a bad night, it usually tends to throw off D'Lo, and then they're trying to pull Torian Prince in, and he's not quite in the rhythm because he's not playing like he really should. I'm telling you, one of them niggas have an off night, and it seems like nobody is able to catch them.
But the best days is when Bron ain't there because Austin Rivers just dropped a triple dub.
Yeah. I think
D'Lo be going to fuck off when Bron not playing.
I think the like MVP like sickness is like a real thing because I feel the same way about Jordan Poole. I think playing around a bunch of champions and having to like live up to that to figure out who you are in the early stages of your career, like what is your best way to like maximize your potential as a player? What can I offer this team? Like I feel like doing that around a Steph or Bron, it makes or breaks niggas. And a lot of niggas like they fold under that type of pressure. And I mean, the pressure of the NBA, period, right? Markelle Fultz. How long did it take for him to be like a number one pick had to work to be mediocre, which is exactly what he is right now. Imagine having to work hard to be mediocre.
Yeah, man,
that's how good the league is, though. If you put Markelle Fultz down Watts, I think he's averaging 25 every night with no problem. But I think, like, the reality of the pressure of the NBA, like, it makes and breaks guys. I would say the same about Lonzo Ball. He was very effective on the defensive end. I think he found his lane as a player. But offensively, I still think Lonzo is kind of a joke. Like, I mean, he's mediocre as hell. And imagine that these guys went above Jason Tatum.
Oh, Jason Tatum like that. Man, if you...
And got drafted third.
Yeah,
imagine.
You either going to hold or you going to fold.
How does it change those franchises? What do the 76ers look like if they get Jason Tatum? What do the Lakers look like if they get Jason Tatum?
Same thing that the Celtics look like.
Listen, Jason Tatum on that same Lakers team where they got Lonzo Ball, they would have won 2 championships by now. Easily.
We probably still have Lonzo Ball.
I'm telling you. But I really think, like, the injuries, like, they had to cut their losses with that.
And the NBA is short.
Yeah. A lot of guys
you
wash out.
You got 2 years.
To
show
really
us something. Show me something.
Yeah.
Show us something.
Before you start getting bounced around.
See you later.
Yeah, for sure.
You gone.
You got to be able to do something.
Second pick.
For sure.
Gone.
You got to be able to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got a couple of years in the NBA. And I would say, like, even on your best years, you need to be proving yourself for the next 2 years. So if you win a championship, right? Look at the LeBron James conversation. He won the bubble championship, which people say doesn't count, which only people who don't play sports would say.
You think that don't count?
I absolutely think it counts. If you listen to NBA players talk about the bubble tournament,
haters,
they talk about the fact that it's pure basketball. There weren't the distractions of the game or your arena yelling and shouting at players to distract them for you. All you had was talent and skill. If you recall, that's when Jamal Murray went off the first time before the injury. Right? And then he came back and won a championship with Jokic, and people acted surprised that he was that good. Well, if you was paying attention in the bubble, you would have known that nigga's been that. Everything that he was in that championship with Jokic, he was all of those things in the bubble. They just didn't have the experience to be able to beat Bron in that type of environment. LeBron is a pure basketball player. So an environment that welcomes only pure basketball, where it's skill for skill, you closed in, you don't got girls around you distracting you. All you got is basketball. In that environment, yeah. Like, to tell me that that's not real basketball or that doesn't count because we didn't have the other distractions to balance the game or to mess with niggas' mental in order to, like, to say, oh, well, this guy's better or this guy's stronger. No, it's skill for skill.
Who's saying it?
Who said that the bubble didn't count?
Yeah, who's saying it?
Nigga, I heard a lot of niggas say that. I don't know no NBA players.
The niggas ain't win nothing.
That's true. Yeah.
If they ain't never win nothing and they was in the bubble in they time, this my chip.
Nah, facts.
We got this.
The bubble counts to me.
I can see when y'all talk about the in-season tournament, that's some new stuff. That's cool. We don't got to do that.
Nah, fact.
But the bubble, that was a championship.
Yeah.
Everybody was locked in.
It counts.
We
Because
couldn't.
it was
We
all
was locked
basketball.
in. We couldn't leave.
No chicks.
We locked in.
No
Uber Eats.
No thotties.
Other than my man Lou Will.
No clubs, no none of that. And all of the dudes that was doing that ended up getting COVID and ended up getting put out of the tournament. So niggas stopped playing around with it too. The couple of dudes that kind of like snuck out, went party, that got sick or whatever, they put them out the tournament. They was not playing about that. So you did get like a pure form of basketball, which I loved and enjoyed.
It was straight focus.
Yeah, it was straight focus.
It was like going to run and shoot every morning.
No question that the bubble counts for me. But I have definitely, you know how the internet talk, like I've definitely read the
We got to win another.
Yeah, I feel like you got to win another one.
We got to win one more.
Legitimize it.
We gonna win another.
Listen, like
Lakers and 7.
I feel like to legitimize this era of the Lakers, not Bron or the legacy. Bron is Bron, right? There is no conversation around that guy.
Hall of Fame.
You know what it is. But I feel like for the Lakers to be able to legitimize this like new era in this franchise, right? I do think y'all need to win another one. Because my issue with the Lakers is that LeBron isn't your problem. So if LeBron isn't your problem, what is the problem? That's what you need to be figuring out as a franchise.
Top. It start up top.
Yeah, it definitely start with the backcourt for sure. I really think like if Austin Reeves was as consistent as LeBron, right, to bring that kind of like that high level energy every single night, I feel like they wouldn't be having these problems. I feel like Austin Reeves, he played consistent every night because I like Austin Reeves. I like his game. It's very fluid. He got packed. It's a lot of, you know what's weird? And I say this all the time. You know you've heard me say this. Tyus Jones, starting point guard for the Wizards, is like fucking 5'5" and has no pat whatsoever. Have you ever seen a point guard under 6 feet who couldn't dribble out the gym, who wasn't a Tim Hardaway or a Nick Van Exel or a Curry or Kyrie? Short players are like born as point guards, right? These are the more natural point guards, the Jason Kidds of the world. When you have natural point guards, they grow up, you know what I'm saying, crossing everybody before they develop into a more team-oriented game. So Tyus Jones being as small as he is and not being a natural point guard disgusts me. But that's really what you're dealing with. That's a direct comparison because he starts for a team in the NBA. So it's special that like Austin has the kind of game that he has because there are players who are much smaller, who play much more impacted positions like that, who are nowhere near as skilled.
He probably our 4th best player.
You know what I'm saying? Why y'all don't play Taurean Prince more? Is I think a concern.
I was just playing Taurean Prince on 2K.
You can't shoot. Darvin. You think Darvin is a problem out there? I do. Darvin? I think like, and I know that they've like kind of run through coaches. Like, you know, people didn't love Frank Vogel. They got him up out of there and all of that. I didn't love Frank Vogel either. I just thought like, to me, Frank Vogel always felt like more of a Doug Collins than a Phil Knight. You see what I'm saying? Like, he might be able to get you to a playoff, but he's never going to be able to win you a championship.
It don't matter what the coach is.
And I think like the championship that Vogel did win, you can't really credit that to him because he made a lot of mistakes as a coach. Really, like underusing Dwight Howard is a great example. Those games would have been much easier had he known how to use the really, really experienced former like all-star big that he had right there on that bench, and they played better when he was in there. So like Frank Vogel to me was never going to be the answer, but to me, Darvin Ham feels like a downgrade.
But no coach really matter when you got LeBron on your team.
Apparently that's not true because they're 10th right now.
LeBron went against Ham.
Yeah, but they 10th. We're not talking about LeBron. We're talking about the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers.
He's
the Lakers. Without LeBron, who are we?
You're Austin Reeves.
If we in the play-in with LeBron, without LeBron, where are we? Last seed?
Nah, you're not.
We not last seed?
You're not last seed. I still think with or without
LeBron,
you would have beat the Spurs. Yeah, without LeBron, you would have still beat the Spurs for sure. Without LeBron, you definitely would have beat the Spurs. You definitely would have.
LeBron had played how many games this year?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them, right? So we needed them. We needed them.
Listen though,
just to make the play in.
Listen though, this is what I'm saying. I think that the Lakers without Bron could have definitely beat the Rockets. I think that they could have definitely beat the Grizzlies only because Ja's not playing because he's hurt. Y'all could have definitely beat. Yeah, them two. Yeah. Y'all could have definitely beat the Grizzlies. You would have definitely beat the Spurs. And I think you would have definitely beat the Rockets. So, yeah.
And we still got, what, like 2 other teams?
Yeah, I don't know if you
And then that's like, I don't
know if you would have been them.
I think like 4 through 7 is like games apart.
Yeah, I feel like, do I have confidence that you could beat like 1 through...
It's only 9, it's 8 games left. How many games left? It's 8 games left.
Yeah.
So... Where you think we gonna fall in that? We in the play-in or we gonna get the 6?
I think you in the play-in.
If we in the play-in and you say
And I'm
what,
gonna tell you, why. Because
and we play the T-Wolves, you think we can play the T-Wolves and beat them? And then we get Ant-Man?
I don't know.
You don't think we can get Ant-Man?
I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you why that's a factor, right? Because Anthony could very easily go off for like 60. That's a possibility.
One play.
But you could also listen. Cat is not no scrub. He's soft. He's weird. He's poorly dressed, right? He's like a nerd, like in like a bad way, not like in a cool like anime geek. He could teach you something kind of way, but more like in a like, you know, like come in 2 seconds and then like want to cuddle after. Type of
we got Braun and AD.
I'm just saying. Listen to what I'm saying though. That weird, strange, awkward, poorly dressed nigga could easily give you 39 in the same game and got 60. So when you talking about, and then Rudy Gobert, like as soft and weird as he is, also listen, I know. Listen, like I hate Rudy Gobert too. I hate the Timberwolves as a whole. Them being number one is very like troubling to me. I hate the Timberwolves. I think that whole team of like soft, weird, poorly dressed, bad haircut having niggas, like I hate that whole team. I really do. But that doesn't change the fact that Rudy could go off for 30, that Ant could go off for 40, and that Cat could go off for 30 as well. Those three players, they matter in a situation like that. And bear in mind, they have a lot to prove too. And so far, they on the road. Momentum matters when you're going into the playoffs.
What's the last number one seed to win the championship?
The Warriors?
Right. So it don't matter who the fuck the number one seed is.
That's true. I'm not saying the number one seed. I'm just saying like on a young team like that, right?
A young team.
A young team, relatively young team. It matters in a sense of one, conditioning, right? When you talk about the playoffs, that's a big reason why, to me, that's maybe the only reason that James Harden doesn't have one, right? That year that CP3 got hurt in the playoffs where like he missed game 7 and they ended up losing, I think if James Harden is conditioned, they don't miss 23 threes and break an NBA record for most missed threes in a game. I think a conditioned James Harden who comes back fresh, not with titties every year, 35 pounds overweight, having to work himself into shape for 82 games, and then hope and pray that it's going to be cool by the time he gets to the playoffs. I think conditioning makes all the difference in the world. I think youth makes a difference in your conditioning. Yeah. So I do think like the Timberwolves have an advantage in that regard because conditioning, youth, energy, those things make a huge difference. That's a big part of the reason why Jokic was able to overcome LeBron and them last year. Not because LeBron couldn't have maybe gotten them all the way to like within 3 to 5 of that game by himself. It's because you can't do that for 4 and 5 games alone.
It's turning it on. It's just knowing when to turn it on and turn it off.
For him, sure. But not for the rest of the league.
Yeah, not for the rest of the league.
And that's what I'm saying. So
when you play in the playoffs, you better play this team. The play-ins is one game. The playoffs, you going the best first to 4.
Ain't no question. But here's my thing, right? I have no question that LeBron is going to turn it on. But he got 4 other guys on that floor with him. And I am very concerned about Austin turning it on consistently. I'm very concerned about D'Lo turning it on consistently. There are other players to consider. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I love the Lakers. I want to see them get to it. But I think when you talk about the top 6 teams, youth, conditioning, and momentum will make a difference when you only get one opportunity to get yourself there. That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
But I love the Lakers. I just don't like your coach. I don't like Jeannie Buss. Like I think that franchise.
We don't need him.
I think Buss is a very appropriate name for her as an owner. I'm not a fan. Like I think Darvin is your issue, and I think Jenny is your issue. You're not gonna get new ownership though. That just
they own the team.
Right.
You're not gonna pass down. It's gonna be another
exactly.
Bus.
It's gonna be another Bus. So you're not gonna get ownership to change. Fine, no problem. But I think like you get a better coach in there. Say it all the time. I don't know why Mark Jackson hasn't gotten his shot yet. Like,
no, he got blackballed.
I understand that, but I don't understand like why though. Like,
he got blackballed.
I mean,
he built the dynasty that you see now.
Ain't no question. I tell you that all the time. That he was the one who drafted the Splash Brothers. He was the one who taught them how to utilize that aspect of their game because he was a small point guard for the Knicks and for the Pacers. He understood like the best ways to maximize your game when you're not a tall guy.
And they said, "Get out of here. We got it. We're gonna take credit for your
Yeah, ain't no question. And also, you know, I always had a problem with the fact that like. Now, while I love that Steve Kerr always gave Mark Jackson credit, right? Steve Kerr has never taken credit for that offense. He always says, Mark Jackson was who created the offense that we're still running. Ain't no question. And I honestly think a big part of the reason why the Warriors are starting to fall off is because Steve Kerr was never able to reinvent that offense. And now that offensive structure has like caught up, like the league has caught up with that offensive structure, people know how to defend it, people know how to neutralize it, people know how to shut it down. So him not being able to revamp that offense, I think, is the problem that they're having right now. But at the end of the day, like Mark Jackson created that offense. Steve Kerr gave him credit for that, which I love. But, you know, they got Mark out, went and paid, you know, Steve Kerr twice as much money. And the next year he won a championship. So it's like a nigga warming up the slot machine and the next nigga hit the jackpot. To me, that's all that happened.
That's like your mother made the macaroni and cheese and she called you when she at work and she say, take the macaroni out the refrigerator, put it in the oven. Yeah, you just had to do something simple. That's what it is.
Yeah, ain't no question. That was a fat analogy, though.
Yeah. That's how I just think about it. Nah, for real. Nah, I love mac and cheese. My mother's. You see him? Getting buff. I ain't flex.
You
gonna be flex? I get the skin.
Okay, go ahead, flex.
Come on now, let me see. They got check out my OnlyFans.
If you had an OnlyFans?
Nah, I did have an OnlyFans.
You had an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
What was you showing on your OnlyFans? You was like cooking pork chops and you was like slinging dick. What was you doing? What was you beating your meat?
No, fuck no.
No, that's what that motion mean. What you mean?
I'm beating the cheeks.
You was having sex on OnlyFans?
No, diddy.
For real? Why you close it? You wasn't getting subscribers like that?
Nah, she said she gonna sue me because we got into a falling up.
Oh, so you had to shut the OnlyFans down because your counterpart no longer would want to
about to sue me. Ain't gonna get my money.
So you shut your OnlyFans down?
Yeah. Shut it down. I ain't had it in my link in my bio.
Let me ask you a question. Would you date a woman who like had an OnlyFans?
Nah. Not if she naked.
But
like, what you doing? What you doing? Like,
but you on OnlyFans?
I don't have a woman.
Okay.
I'm single. You said
but,
if I was dating.
Yeah, but like past, like what I mean is, if you met a woman, were interested in her, got serious about her, and then found out she was getting her cheeks clapped on OnlyFans, would it change anything?
Yes.
It would change things?
Yes.
That doesn't seem hypocritical at all.
No.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that on the next
I'm not getting paid.
Appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Mia was here, 5 underscores. Mia was here, _______. Melly, give them your information.
Man, y'all can follow me at Yo Melly Baby on Instagram. Mel B Jr. on Facebook. I'm on here every day.
Yeah.
All that.